My name is Hamid Azad. I am Assistant Chief Executive Officer here in Muslim Aid. You know, Rohingya people, they are historically, they have been living in Myanmar for many hundred years, and they live in an area called Rakhine State, Sitwe, where the most Rohingya people are concentrated in. And as far as we are aware, for a long time, they have been facing lots of challenges. One of the challenges is the ethnic conflict in our recent history, which took place in June last year. And there was a second wave of conflict, which was after 2 months. So in June, as we know, there are more than 700 to 800 people killed. But it is sure that more than 100,000 people, as far as our information goes, more than 116,000 people were displaced. So situation in Myanmar is really horrible, and hundreds of thousands of people, including children, women, old people, have been suffering due to the shortage of water, shortage of food, shortage of basic livelihood. I visited actually around 4-5 months after the conflict. It was in November 2012. So at that time, situation was really inhuman. It was unbearable situation. Visit itself was a big challenge, but thankfully we managed to go there. And in the first place, actually, we went from here and we had meetings. Thankfully, by the grace of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our meetings with different ministers were very successful. We successfully managed to demonstrate the need of our visit in the conflict affected areas, and we successfully managed to demonstrate that Muslim Aid is an international humanitarian organization. We work irrespective of race, religion and color. So from that perspective, they finally allowed to go to Sitwe, and myself, with the help of one of our local representatives, we managed to go to Sitwe. And when I went to Sitwe, I had the opportunity to visit almost 7 camps. In one camp, I saw there are 700 children who didn't have any education, nothing, and they don't have basic nutrition facilities, no water, nothing. So that disease, I did actually basic need assessment. What are the necessity, emergency need for them? And what we identified is there was a huge shortage of basic non-food items for a decent life of those refugees. Their water situation, water and sanitation condition was very bad. It was dire. It was spreading lots of diseases. There was no hospital, nothing. The people were suffering from injuries. People were suffering from different diseases, waterborne diseases and other diseases because of lack of food and other thing, adequate food or other thing. So we actually set a priority to provide health care for them. And immediately, actually, what we did, we provided non-food item to thousands of people there in partnership with some local organizations, and we provided, by now, we provided more than 32 shelters. 32 shelters means the one shelter actually provided shelter for 8 households. We distributed education materials to number of schools, and we provided, we have already established a temporary school in one of the camps, whereby we are providing education to 720 children who I met directly. And then we are now building one hospital. It's in process, which will actually provide help to more than 14,000 refugees, inshallah. And then we have been providing now healthcare facilities through 6 mobile hospitals, and this has been helping again more than 12,000 people. I encountered, many people. I spoke to many children, many old people, and number of victims of the conflict. One story, one very young man, he's a 26-year-old man. He's a young man, very dynamic man. He had 2 shops here, He found all of a sudden in the daytime, some people came and attacked on his shop, and then everything looted and then burned. So he's a penniless. He didn't have anything. But the most important thing what I saw, it's really encouraging and motivating. Despite he lost everything, I found him a happy man. And he's the guy actually who guided us and who was helping all the refugees, and he is the guy who was very much interested about the children's education. And he actually asked me if you can actually help only one thing, in this camp there are more than 720 children, if you can give us little assistance, because he said, I lost my job, I lost my business, I lost my house, but my skill is with me, I can teach because I am a graduate person. I said, okay, what sort of help you need here? He said, we want to actually establish a temporary school if you provide a basic help so that we can provide them books and other things. I said, okay, we'll do that. And within 2 months, we managed to actually do, and then we established that school there now. When we are really happy and proud that Muslim Aid has managed to actually go to Myanmar in situ area, this would not happen or not possible without the help of our generous donors, which actually motivated us a lot to make impossible possible, to take the great challenge of getting access to Myanmar. Among our partners, the significant help we received from UK Islamic Mission, Al-Asmaq Charity, Qatar-based Al-Asmaq Charity, and Mercy Malaysia. And there are many other organizations, small organizations who came forward to help us. So I'd like to say big thank you to all other partner organizations. And at the same time, we are really thankful to Myanmar Embassy in London, who helped a lot to get the access and entry inside Myanmar. We are thankful to all of them. Thank you very much.